Hello guys, today as I've already have a discussion with a student on this quadratic formula. I want to add one or two questions to this to address this quadratic formula. So we have been given this question, and normally what students struggle is that they need the A, B, C, and here there is another number here that they don't know what to do with it. What they have to do is they have to make sure before you can find your A, B, C, you need to make sure that it's in the standard, or some people call it in the general form, before you find your A and B. And then the quadratic formula, which you don't really need to memorize it. As you do it, it becomes part of you. And then the discriminant too. I realize that if you find the discriminant and plug it in there, it make it much easier for some of the students. So you can, if that work for you, you can also follow that suit. So here we have to make sure that all of them is in one side and then the 0 is on another side. So that means we have to bring the 20 here. This we will subtract 20 and we will subtract 20 here. And I put it right under the 9 because it's a constant, kind of your combining items. So here we have our x squared plus 6x. And 9 minus 20 is negative 11 equals to 0. At this point, you can find your ABC. And here, there's no number, so we assume that it's supposed to be 1 over there. So you can put it if that will help. So our A is 1, our B is 6, and our C is negative 11. Now, I prefer as finding the discriminant first. So b squared minus 4ac, and that will give us 6 squared minus 4 times 1 and times negative 11. So anytime we have a negative here and we have a negative here, negative times negative become positive. So students also have this concept wrong, so be careful with that. So 6 squared, which is 6 times 6, become 36. Negative negative become positive. 11 times 4 become 44, and times 1 will give you the same. Here, when you add it, we are going to get 80. So the discriminant is given as 80. Now let's go ahead and plug it into the quadratic formula. So x is equals to negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. Okay, our b is 6, but the formula have a negative in it, so negative 6 plus or minus. We did the discriminant separately, we got 80, right? Our 80 divided, our a was 1, so times 1. All right, so now we get 80, and 80 is a big number, and what have to come into your mind is, can we break this one down into a perfect square? So the perfect square once again is 4, 9. If you want, you can put 1 over there, 10, and so forth and so forth. So realize that 4 can go in there. 4 times 20 will give us 80, but 20 can also break down into another 4. So you may see that 16 can go in there. So we are going to break this down as, so we write our negative 6 plus or minus. And instead of writing the 80, we are going to say 16 times 5. 16 times 5 is still 80, but we are breaking it into the perfect square because here we have to simplify it. Okay, so here negative 6 plus or minus, we can split it, so negative 16 times negative 5, all divided by 2. Okay, we are moving it here. So x is equals to negative 6 plus or minus square root of 16 is 4 times square root of 5. Square root of 5 is irrational number, so we cannot break it into any perfect square, so we leave it like that. Then here we get our 2. We can go ahead and start simplifying, so we can say that our negative 6 divided by 2, you bring your plus or minus, and here you got your 4 root 5 divided by 2. Okay, so you realize that negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. You bring your plus or minus. 2 can go here, so 4 divided by 2 is 2, so 2 here. Root 5. So we are almost done. We are going to split, you see the plus and the minus. So we are going to split them. So first of all, when we consider the plus, we are going to get negative 3 plus 2 root 5, or x is equals to negative 3. Now we're going to consider the negative, so minus 2 root 5. So these are the two roots that we got using the quadratic formula. Let's also look at this one too. So here we realize that it's a quadratic. The highest exponent is 2, and we have some variables all over. We have to bring them together. So we're going to combine like terms. So we have to bring this one here. So when it comes here, become negative x, and here become negative 4. That goes away. That's our intention. So we got x squared plus, so 5 minus 4 is plus 1. So 1x. You can write it or without, that's okay. You got negative 8 minus 4. You put it together, give it negative. Good. Now here you can put 1 over here. Now we can go ahead and find our ABC because it's in the standard form now. So our A is 1, our B is also equals to 1, and the C is equals to negative 12. Let's put it in the discriminant so that it will make it a little simplify. So our B is 1, so 1 squared minus 4 times 1 and times negative 12. Okay, so anytime we have another one negative here, negative times negative is positive, so it's going to make it positive. So here we get 1, and negative become plus. We multiply 4 times 1, 1, and 4 times 12 become 48. And we put it together and we get 49. And this worked perfectly because we got a perfect square. Okay, so now we pick our quadratic formula, which is x is equals to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. Our x is equals to, the b is 1, so negative, and you bring your 1, you bring your plus or minus, and remember we have already done the discriminant, and that gave us 49, so we put it right there, all divided by 2 times a was 1, so 1. So here x is equals to negative 1 plus or minus square root of 49 is 7. So make sure you also know your perfect squares when you're dealing with this quadratic formula. Okay, so since here we got perfect square, the process is becoming really simple. So we are going to split the plus and the minus to get our two zeros, or our two solution, or our two roots. So x is equals to, we are considering the plus here, so negative 1 plus 7, or divided by 2, get negative and we get -1, we get 7 here. So you reduce this one by 1, you get 6 divided by 2, and you got 3. Okay, and or we're going to consider the negative. So we have -1 minus 7, all divided by 2. So negative, negative, you put them together and give them negative, which become -8 divided by 2, and that give us -4. Awesome. So here, since we are getting a whole number, that means the factoring method would have able to help us. But our topic for today is that we want to use a quadratic formula. Okay, so let's look at this last instant. So here realize that the s squared part is on the other side. Some people, as you become master to that, as you do the more practices, you realize that you can able to see that you will bring it over here. So the a is going to be positive too. But some students actually don't know that. That's the reason why we want to address all that kind of stuff. So here we have two ways of doing this. We can take this one to the other side or here to that, whichever one. But here is only one item, so let's take this item to this side of this side. That means we are adding when it comes here. When we bring it here, it becomes positive x squared plus 3x minus 5 equals to 0. So this is the first. Now we need our a, because now it's in the standard. Our a is 2, our b is 3, and our c is -5. Let's use a discriminant. The discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. So the b, 3 squared minus 4. A is 2 here, then times -5. 3 squared is 9. Because of minus and the negative here, they become positive. And then we multiply 4 times 2, give us 8. And then 8 times 5 give us 40. So we got 40. So another easy peasy one for us. We get 49 as a perfect square, so that it's going to make the work smooth and easy. And now we bring our quadratic formula. Okay, let's plug them in. We bring our negative, the b is here. It's -3 plus or minus. We're able to find the b squared minus 4ac to be 49, so we put it right here. All divided by the a was 2, so times 2. So anytime I say times 2, I use the parenthesis. Parenthesis means multiplication, so you can also use a different way if you don't like that. Okay, we got -3 plus or minus, and then square root of 49 is 7, all divided by 2 times 2, which is 4. So here we are going to split the plus and the minus here to get our two answers. We use the plus. -3 plus 7 will give us 4 divided by 4, and that will be 1. Or consider our minus here. -3 minus 7 over 4, which give us negative. It's negative, negative. You put them together, give them -4 here. You simplify 2 go here, 2 go here, 5. So that becomes -5, 2. So these are your two solutions. Thank you for watching with us. I hope this lesson video will address all your concerns when it comes to the quadratic formula, how to apply it. And if you have any further question, please drop it in the comment, and see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and thank you for learning with us. Be blessed.